Yo, what's going on, everybody? You've seen the thumbnail, you've read the title, and today I want to talk about how Call of Duty Vanguard has a lot of potential. And when I say this, a lot of you guys are probably getting immediate flashbacks to Modern Warfare 2019 when I said that game had a lot of potential. Because this game echoes a lot of Modern Warfare 2019's design decisions. Granted, I think it already does everything that Modern Warfare 2019 does, but better. Nonetheless, it still echoes a lot of those design decisions, and I don't think the game is a reskin. I can make an entire video, and I probably will make an entire video on why that's stupid to even say, because granted, it's also horrible criticism to give the developers, because when you say, oh, Vanguard's a reskin of Modern Warfare 2019, they don't know if you mean that as a good thing or a bad thing, because Modern Warfare 2019 was either absolutely loved by a lot of people or absolutely hated. So they don't know if you mean that as a good or bad thing. So it's, first of all, get that out of the way. It's absolutely terrible feedback. But nonetheless, going back to the topic of this video here of this game having a lot of potential, when I said that with Modern Warfare, I basically meant it needed a lot of changes to be good. This game is a Call of Duty game that I am already enjoying, but just needs some more changes to be better. Like, for example, radar doesn't need to be a perk. Red dots on the minimap should just be default. I don't know why it's even a perk in the first place. It should just be default. Make radar show suppressed fire or subsonic rounds on the minimap. Boom, done. Easy fix. I've talked about that in my video when the whole leak of this thing being a perk was even announced. Man, I've already said that. That's super easy to do. Dead silence. Make it a perk. Very, very easy to do. And better yet, make it a blue perk so that it has to compete with Ghost, because they've been getting a lot of complaints about audio, so I wouldn't be surprised if they somehow make footstep audio loud because they think that's making audio better. No, the problem with audio is you can't tell when somebody's shooting 3 feet from you or 500 feet away from you. That's the problem with audio in this game, is that it's just really weird. The distance in audio just does not work, that you kind of can't even rely on your hearing whatsoever. But nonetheless, the footstep audio was good, but I feel like, Sledgehammer Games is going to attribute that to, oh, players complaining about audio, make footstep audio louder. And if they're going to make footstep audio louder, then for the love of God, Dead Silence needs to be a perk and make it a blue perk so it has to compete with Ghost. That way you either run Ghost or you run Dead Silence. It's the same thing we said back in Modern Warfare. Make those two perks compete with each other. And then even if you want, you could throw Toughness as a blue perk, and then bam, you have a category where you have 3 very strong perks. You can only run 1. Do you want less flinch? Do you want to hide from the minimap? Or do you want to have Dead Silence? Right? Or do you want to have Silent Footsteps? Boom. Easy fix right there. Obviously, connection. Fix that simply. I feel like it's going to get fixed anyways because these are beta servers, so they're not really the best servers that they have. But easy, as soon as connection's fixed, shoot first, die first, shouldn't happen as much. Bam. That's fixed. The game doesn't need a lot of changes to be good. It's just whether or not Sledgehammer Games is going to make these changes, whether or not they're going to listen to the community. Because if they don't listen to the community, there's going to be a lot of pet peeves in this game that are going to get onto my nerves. There's going to be a lot of things that I'm going to complain about from a game that I'm generally enjoying. A game that I'm generally enjoying playing, I'm going to be complaining about throughout the year because there's so many things that the devs just didn't listen to us and just didn't change. That just don't make sense. Like the minimap, like Dead Silence, like things like this. Granted, they say they're listening to feedback, but we haven't really seen some of our major complaints being addressed other than visibility. So, if they listen to us and if they really wholeheartedly listen to the changes that we make, then yeah, maybe this won't be a game that I love, but there's just so many things that annoy me. Maybe it won't turn into a Black Ops 4 for me, where I love Black Ops 4, but goddamn, I would be lying to you if I don't get annoyed by the VMP, the micro MG, the crossbow, sometimes Prophet in that game, like some of the specials are annoying in that game. I would be lying to you if that stuff didn't annoy me, okay? I would be straight out lying to you. I don't want it to see it turn into a Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4, you guys know, is a game I love because despite the specialist, despite the VMP, despite the micro, despite the crossbow, it's still a fun multiplayer experience, but I don't want to see Vanguard do that. I don't want to see Vanguard be a game that I generally enjoy, but just end up resenting because of dumb design decisions that they made, or like them making flame rounds completely overpowered. Granted, on the MP40, they don't seem that bad because I've played with them on the MP40 already. Explosive rounds on the STG or flame rounds on the STG seemed pretty bad in the alpha, and thank God we can't use them in the beta yet, but we don't know if they're going to be any worse or better. Explosive round bars, stuff like that. Like, if this stuff stays in the game and it stays super strong and we don't get red dots on the minimap, we don't get our feedback really listened to, I feel like it's going to be a game that I'm going to love, but end up bashing my head against the wall and asking myself why over and over and over again Sledgehammer Games just doesn't listen to simple feedback. Granted, they listened to feedback in COD World War II, and I praise them for doing that, but the thing is, am I going to bang my head against the wall 90 times over? Is this game going to go from a girl that you think you like, but turns out when you start to get to know her, she's completely crazy, right? Is that going to happen with this game? Like, we don't really know if that's going to be a case that's going to happen with this game. Is it going to be a game that you like on the surface, but once you get to know it, you start to hate it, right? It's like, again, going back to that analogy, is it going to be a girl you think you like where it's like, oh, I like this girl on the surface, but then you get to know her and you don't like it? Like, is that going to be Vanguard? Is it going to be a game where it's like, I like this on the surface? There's some things that are going to annoy me, just like every single girl or every single Call of Duty game. There's things that they do that annoy me. But is it going to be like when you start to experience this whole game? Because keep in mind, we're only experiencing 3 out of our 16 maps. Are these the 3 of the best 16 maps? Is the 3 like kind of surface level maps that we're seeing now, are these the top 3 maps? Because if they are, good lord, we are in for a year of hell if Red Star is one of the 3 best maps in this game. Which is why I say this game has a lot of potential. Granted, these maps I don't think are that great, but maybe the other 16 maps, like, I know they're bringing back Castle and Dome, and apparently I think London Docks is also going to be coming back, which are, adds another 3 maps to the game, but if the majority of the maps suck, then it's not going to be, it doesn't matter how many good maps you have. If you have 15 good maps, but you have 50 total maps, and every other map aside from those 15 are terrible, it's not going to be good. And again, I'm also saying this game has potential because if they listen to our feedback, then the game's going to be even better than what it is right now when you put 16 maps into it. And granted, this is also my opinion. I think the game is good right now. So with that being said, if you guys happen to enjoy this video, make sure to drop a like, sub to the channel, turn on post notifications, drop a comment letting me know what you guys think about Vanguard down below. Are you guys liking it? Are you absolutely hating it? And, maybe we can have a discussion about that. With that being said, have a great rest of the day, everybody. Bye-bye. Peace out.